ready.
Welcome to the show. Oh yeah. Welcome to the show. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, it's time for the show. 2 count, we about that go. Best in the Midwest, and we up next. Go and ring the bell, ref, cause here we go. Comedy meets wrestling. Yeah, we doing our own thing. Squared circle and a microphone. 2 count on everything. Can you smell what we're cooking now? Other shows, they ain't got that style profile. And while we strut on raised with 2 fingers up, JR, Big Ace, Tommy 2, they something else. This show be dynamite. Next level, top shelf. I'm like, ah. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
You got to unmute. What are you doing?
He forget his own rule.
JR, you got to unmute yourself.
I know.
That's so weird.
It is the most ridiculous.
What's weird is like they actually had to think of like, you know what we need to do is mute all their mics when they use our open feature, and like not tell anyone. I mean, maybe they told us, who knows? But like that'd be a fun game instead of just have them go completely back live when the thing's done playing. Now wait, if we let that play the whole way through, would it do that though? Is it because we're cutting early?
Yeah, well, you know what? That's a good point, but I don't want to play the extra.
No, I'm just curious. Is that why though?
It's a good thought. Let me before the next show, let me edit that so that it will cut off where it's supposed to, and then we'll see. Because probably, you know what? You make good sense. But the good news is that StreamYard is continually doing stuff
smart. That's
and making things smarter.
Whitney's playing opposite to Jesus.
But I believe what JR was trying to say when he was on mute was, welcome everybody to the 2 count. It's another great and glorious Tuesday here in the state of Minnesota. And more importantly, look who we have
is here.
Yeah, thank you, JR. Thanks for stepping on my.
That's okay.
Oh, geez. Shut up, JR. It is the one, the only. I don't know why he's in the bottom corner. We need to put him right up there. That's a better spot for the champ, Tim Nela. You see him wearing his sold out shirt right there. Tim, how is it being the champ, my friend?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Man, I mean, JR had issues with being unmuted and muted.
He's old
on the
and
show
dumb.
every Tuesday, but whatever. Come on, guys. Look at me. Life is great right now. I've been champ now for 87 days. I don't know if that's right or not, but I'm assuming it's something like that. But either way, I mean, I had a great weekend. I hung out with Ace. I had one too many, which I needed to, because I remembered the last time I actually celebrated was the night that I became the champ. And since then, I've been on my best behavior. And every now and then when you connect with a longtime friend, or so I think he's a friend, I don't know where he stands anymore because he's switched up on me since I don't know. Ace is, we'll clear it up today. But either way, life is amazing. I feel good. I'm the champ. I look better than each and every one of you, but we all know this. I mean, sure. There's no complaints. I actually wanted to come out show to see Whitney, and Whitney's not here, so I don't know how long I'll actually last here today, but it's all good.
Sorry that we couldn't provide you with another beautiful person to be hanging out with here.
That belt looks great over your shoulder, by the way.
Yeah, stop kissing ass. Thank you, though.
I'm not kissing ass. It does. It looks fantastic in that background.
No, because you remember the last time I was on the show, you wanted to berate me before I even said anything, so now you want to hand off compliments before.
No,
I know what you're doing, JR. This isn't new to me.
You have, Tim, you've known me long enough to know that I don't give a shit.
About what?
About anything.
Wow, dude.
Since when?
Since I don't know. Since when did I care about getting your name wrong at that first night at the open mic? No.
I knew it was intentional. See, at least you're
It
being
wasn't
honest finally.
intentional. It happened, and then I don't give a shit about it. It's life happens, then you can't change shit that happens.
So
So you're
basically,
trying
what
to
he's
tell me.
what he's telling you is he can't remember that far back, so it's like it never happened in his.
Yeah.
I mean, so here's the thing now, because you have maybe 50 some years on me. So for a person that actually can remember things, the last time I was on the show, you disrespected me during the opening. You did. Top Shelf is nodding his head because that's what happened.
Mhm.
And now that I'm on the show now for some reason, I don't believe it. The gig is up, man. You remember everything that happened.
Yeah. Sure. You took it as a slight. It wasn't a slight. It was just time. I didn't say, oh, here's the champ. I said, here's Tim Nela. And you took offense at that, and then it went downhill from there. I mean, have you never, Tim, forgotten to say a word? Have you never? Are you that perfection personified that you've never made a single mistake?
I'm going to treat this like as a rhetorical question because you and I both know the answer to both those questions. So I'm no need for me to even answer that. But back to what we're trying to get at here, JR. It's all good. Hey, it feels good to be back on the show. Bygone be bygones. I'm in a better mood. I just had to let you know I did not forget what happened last time I was here. So thank you for actually acknowledging me in a proper way. Ever so dangerous. See, Clint Dye knows. I mean, he knows. The thing is, don't let all this fool you. I mean, I'm a very, very dangerous man. And I'm also a person that doesn't forget. And JR, yes, that is correct, because the reason why I so-called sold out, as you can see right here, is it just goes back to I live in a very ungrateful city, and I'm at the point now where I'm really looking forward to starting to travel. I want to spend some time in Iowa. I want to spend some time in Wisconsin, the Midwest. Who knows? Maybe I'll go to the South. But I don't feel the city deserves me. And I'm going to do everything in my power to try to not perform here as much as possible, just due to the fact that who is this? Hello. I just at the point right now where I feel as if what's done is done. I've done everything I need to do for the city. They don't appreciate it. Over the weekend, Ace and I put on a party. We had a good turnout, but we should have had a better turnout. And I always get after the event, how was it? I wish I would have been there. So nothing came up. Nothing came up. You just don't want to support, and I'm sick of it. Top Shelf, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong, and we all know that Rochester is basically a byproduct of the Twin Cities just failing and just, hey, look, hey, there's the Mayo Clinic down in there, everybody. Let's have the Mayo Clinic down there. And I don't know what else, but, from some of the photos and videos I saw from Ace's Instagram, it looked like it was pretty full, but there's always going to be those people like, hey, Tim, I wanted to be there, man. I really did, but nah.
Every time. And it blows my mind because even do you know the amount of conversations I have?
Tim is very interesting. No, sorry, I just responded to the comment here. Sounds interesting. Tim is very interesting. You're going to want to pay attention here.
Oh, very. Do you know the amount of conversations that I have on a day-to-day I'm not joking, on a day-to-day basis about when's the next event? Where's it going to be at? When'd you guys start doing this? I go, you must live under a rock, because last time I checked, I strongly believe that we probably do the best promoting. When I say we, I'm talking about myself, the three of you, everybody else that's involved. We do promoting at a level where how do you not know about our next event? Even now, we already have a date planned for the next Rochester event. And I'm still going to have people that are going to say May 30th. May 30th, Saturday, May 30th. It's out there. But then guess what? Somebody's going to still approach me or the three of you and be like, when's the event? Where's it at? What's happening?
And it is crazy. And you guys deal with this with comedy too. Like, it's crazy with the just like either like day before, day of, or the day after of. The day before or day of, oh man, I didn't even know. Like, can I still get in? Can you get me? Especially this last show for us, because we had to stop selling tickets the night before, and it's just fucking like, what do you mean you didn't know, man? Like, this shit, we post this shit everywhere. We put posters up all over town, like local businesses are on our team with this and they're promoting it. Like, how did you miss? And then the day, I didn't even know you guys were doing something this weekend.
I can tell you.
But
I was going to say, I can tell you exactly why that all is too.
why?
It's because the Mayo Clinic has spoiled everybody in Rochester. There are so many people that come to work at the clinic from out of town, and they see the distance between Rochester and the Twin Cities, and they view Rochester as a bedroom community that happens to have a clinic in it. And so anytime there's an event, they're happy to drive all the way up to the Twin Cities for that event. But when there's something worthwhile in Rochester, it's like, well, if it's in Rochester, it can't be anything. And that's been going on for as long as I lived in Rochester and as long as I've been doing events down in Rochester. That's the way it is, and it sucks. But that's it. That's people are they just don't have the idea that Rochester is a community on its own.
And see, and that's where, and we'll segue into one of the conversations that I wanted to talk about. And I'm not trying to hijack anything here, guys. You guys just know how I am. But when Ace and I were having the conversation, this is what happens. It's you give them an opportunity to go to an event, because the way that these guys, I don't need to say their names, but the guys that operate the company that we work for, they make it cost effective. They want people to go. And you know what I mean? Like, when you think about it, the amount of talent, the amount of work that is put in for these shows, and the way that the prices are set up, I mean, you're talking $10 for a ticket, and the amount of talent that are at these shows. The thing is, you just don't know what the future holds for any of these individuals. If you have the opportunity to say, I was able to see so-and-so at the Chateau in Rochester, Minnesota, because you blink 2-3 years later, who's to say where that person's at? And then all of a sudden you get these people that just go, then they get to the event, and all of a sudden it's standing room only, because that's just what it is. And then the big complaint now is, well, we had to stand up the whole time. We couldn't even see nothing. We had to be on our feet. And I go, but when did you buy tickets? I bought tickets the day of. Why? I didn't know where to get tickets. I didn't know where to get tickets. That is an excuse that I am not willing to accept.
We put a link in everything. We put a link in everything to the tickets.
Everything. And even now, I invited people to watch this Twitch. They're like, you guys posted the link. I copied the link and I shared it to people. And like the amount of people that just still can't connect to find the link. And I'm just like, is it lack of effort? Or I mean, like, where's the disconnect here?
Half-second timeline. The one that gets me the most, though, and I know you've dealt with this, Tim, and I'm sure you two have dealt with it with comedy too, though, is when it's people you know and you've had history with, and you will always promote their shit because you've always been on that team.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't do shit for you. You don't see them share one fucking post. You don't hear them ask about sponsorships. You don't see them show up. You don't like, even there's even people that I'm like, yo, like I really want you to come check this out. Like your opinion matters. I'll give you a couple free tickets. Come, they're on me. And still the effort's not. And it's just like, that's where it's like, I don't get it.
I had a conversation with somebody earlier. So I cut you off. Sorry. So why would I go to your party if you don't go to my party? You know what I mean? Like, people are like, oh man, I threw a party and like nobody showed up. It's like, I've thrown 6 parties. You've been to none of my parties. So why should I go to your one party? I mean, that's just a simple way to put it, right? And you kind of look at it where the thing is, especially in Rochester, take Madhouse wrestling out of it, take wrestling out of it. We've done comedy shows. We've done plays. Like a guy like Ace, and he could tell you right now, I was in a play. He was at the play. I've done comedy shows at the comedy show. I started a football team with 2 of my friends. He was there, and he also was the announcer. You know what I mean? Like, I did this a few years ago. What was it? The big water balloon fight. I was trying to appease the kids and families, and he was there. And like that day, he didn't even. That was the day where he was like, "Hey, do you need help?" And I was like, "I actually do." He stepped up and he helped out. These are the kind of things. It goes back to what JR was saying earlier. I don't forget, because these are the kind of things that are truly important to me. You know what I mean? These are the kind of things that this is how I value what a friendship is. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean that you have to. In some cases, it's not even about buying a ticket or being there. Sometimes it's just more of a situation, just like acknowledging or just making yourself available. And that's the thing too. I try to reciprocate it as well too. I try to do the same thing back. And there's just times where I just go, you know what? It all goes back to everything now. It's like I'm so-called a heel, but I really don't even believe I'm a heel because I truly believe everything I'm saying is valid. And so if my frustrations with the city and when I sell out, it has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that countless times I've done things and people haven't supported to the point now where you just kind of go, why do you continue to keep doing these things?
Well, I'll tell you this, like, not to blow, smoke up Ace's ass, but the last show I ever did at Goonies when it was around, Ace was there in the audience. So he is a supportful guy. He's a good friend to have.
And I drove to that shithole in the middle of Austin.
Yeah, Austin. Yeah.
You went to that dump?
Yeah, Tom was playing, so I went down.
He came out.
He is your friend so hard.
I know it's crazy, but that's the thing. It's hard to admit sometimes that Ace is a good friend. But
shout out Emmett, athlete of the week, right there.
Yeah,
that's dope, right there, man. That's a big time.
Heck yeah, but and Tim, I don't need to even insult you, but even you're talking about one of the owners of the company you're working for. I mean, he only asked about where Whitney was. Basically, that's all he was doing right here. He wasn't even acknowledging you being here. I mean, what the fuck, Mouse? What the fuck? See, guys, we made it to 16 minutes before, almost 17 minutes before I swore. So,
you swore before that?
I did. Probably.
Yeah.
I'm a real.
You literally swore at me when my mic was muted.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're dumb.
In Mouse's defense, I asked where Whitney was as well too. So I cared about Whitney more than I cared about you guys. So it's totally
again,
fine.
Yeah, beautiful people got to stick together. We get it. You already insulted all of us. So
we're not dumb. I mean, there's a reason we asked her to join the cast here.
Yeah. Oh, Mouse was driving, so now okay, that's fair. No, but to your point though too, and again, all these people who want to ride coattails or say things or oh hey, I support. No, you didn't, man. Here's how I know that there's especially comedy wise, there's plenty of people who will just take advantage and like, oh no, like it's a community thing. So many times it's not, man. Like I have built stages for people and they're just like, hey, it's material costs, whatever. Like the agreement is get me on the stage, give me some time on that lineup, on that show. Oh yeah. We can't, we got booked out for a couple months. Like, oh, okay. All right. Well, then the next time I go to your show, I'm just going to steal the stage and fucking break it or whatever, But, Tim, it's really crazy to me that everybody in Rochester is not, honestly bowing down at your feet the moment you walk into a room anyways. I mean, and this again, not to even blow smoke up your ass, but, realistically, what you've done in a short time in wrestling is very impressive. I mean, you're clearly one of the best athletes that not only has stepped in foot in a Madhouse ring, but probably in many Midwestern rings. You look the part. There's a lot of guys who can't look the part anymore either. And again, this is coming from a fat guy, so that should tell you something. So what I'm saying, man, is you're doing all the right stuff, and that Mayhem Championship looks really good on. Is that the top shelf it's on right there?
See, you caught that, my man. I did that for you right there. You see that?
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate that. That's real good of you. That's real nice of you. I do appreciate that. But
it goes back to exactly what I'm talking about, though. I mean, in this world right now, there's levels to all of this. You know what I mean? Like, and I was just telling Ace recently, and everybody else should be nervous now because I'm taking the training even more seriously. Like I've switched my schedule around, and I'm going to be spending more time training because the thing is, that's been the thing that I've lacked the most right now. But everything else that you talked about, this industry is just like anything else, man. You have to promote yourself. You have to sell yourself, and you have to look the part. You know what I mean? You have to look the part. You have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to market. I mean, there's so many things that comes with being a part of this industry. And yeah, I mean, all those other boxes, let's just call it what it is, they're checked off. The training is the one thing right now that I'm not there yet. But the thing with me is, and you guys know this, the one thing I love to train. I love to train. So right now, I mean, 2026, 27, moving on forward, I mean, best believe if you don't know who I am, you definitely will. I can assure you that right now.
Yeah,
I want to take it back one thing that you said a little bit earlier about people coming to shows because you don't know when you're going to see somebody that you can say, I saw them when, right? A great example of that is the second year that Goonies was open in downtown Rochester. A young comic named Hannibal Buress came in as the middle act, and from what the owner told me, was not that great. Of course, he blows up because he's worked. He comes back for the 10th anniversary of Goonies and literally sells out 2 nights, 3 shows, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I remember.
So, and it's the absolute truth. You have to go to these things because literally you don't know who is just on the verge. And we've had plenty of people who have moved up. We've had Billy Starks on with us who was signed to AEW and ROH. So just anything, I mean, it just makes perfect sense to say, if you love the sport, if you love the entertainment, go out and watch it because you don't know where everybody's going to end up when they're done.
You 100% right. Much love, Malice.
Yeah, Malice here,
Yes, sir.
saying, that first show there in Rochester, no joke. Obviously, Tim and Ace doing so much work to try and get now the word out there. But I mean, you guys did radio, TV, everything you could to get the word out. And it was a good first show. But I mean, again, even what it's been through and gone through there at the Chateau and how expansive it's now become there for Madhouse. I mean, it's crazy. So again, the next show is just going to be,
But I look at it like this: when you believe in the product and when you believe in something, you want more eyes on it. Correct. So the first show, I had zero clue what we're getting ourselves into. I was just a kid in a candy store because I was excited. But then after that first show, and that's why every other show has been bigger each time, is because we have a great product. We have a product that once you're in that building and you're witnessing it, you're going, "Oh my gosh, how come no one told me about this?" So that's where it's just like, yeah, let's get in the paper. Let's get on TV. Let's promote on social media. Let's do whatever we have to do, because the thing is, the moment you get there and you're sitting in those seats or you're in attendance, you're gonna go, "Oh my goodness," you know what I mean? When's the next one? And so that's where like a lot of people that have been there now, and that's a beautiful thing about it though. People have been to 1, 2, 3, 4. Some people have been to all the shows. You know what I mean? But the way that we spread out right now, it's like the next one is May 30th. Our previous one was November 15th. I mean, that's a big enough gap right there where we're not asking you to show up once a month. You know what I mean? And so, no, it's all effort though. You guys know what you guys do too. You guys every week you guys are promoting, man. Like when I get the opportunity, you guys know how long I've been watching you guys, man. Like I just, I asked Ace to be a part of this Tuesday just because I missed you guys that much. Now I sound soft.
Yeah. Don't get soft on us now, man.
Can't do that.
Yeah, no, you got to keep putting at least these two in their place, man. Like, I mean, whatever you want to say against me, that's cool too. I really don't, care too much. I hope we're friends still, but hey.
Out of the 3, I like you the most. So like any time that they even receive a compliment or any type of acknowledgement from me, you're obviously included. So like they won't get any individual ones for me, not at all. They know that, but they've earned that.
That's true. Yeah, they have talked a lot of shit about you. I'm just saying.
A lot.
I know. It's crazy.
I don't understand that statement.
Well, I know we had a great weekend working downtown Rochester. But fuck, was it cold that second night? Freezing. But
no heaters.
No.
Yeah, man. Last year we had like 3 heaters on the DJ stage, so we were able to kind of keep toasty. This did not happen this year. It was cold.
Wow.
And then we had
you all of a sudden, like,
and then they gave us like light up lays to throw out. Now the wind kicking Saturday night, these flimsy little lays, you try to throw them out, and the wind just carries it, and it only goes like 2 feet in front of you because of the wind. It was. I thought we were going to throw an arm out trying to throw these.
Yeah, I thought it looked like Jamarcus Russell. Everything I threw was intercepted by the wind, dude. It was terrible. Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad.
We made a show. We put on a show, though. I mean, the amount of compliments that and that goes, once again, it's been a lot of good compliments. A lot of people were there, but the ones that weren't there, it's like, oh, it was this week and I missed out. I'm just like, I just kind of go, whatever.
I mean, realistically, when you have something in Rochester, and this has always been true for most, especially Minnesota communities, like town fairs or town festivals, right? Like people show up for those. But then you have one downtown event in Rochester there, and then people were like, well, I wanted to come, but it was kind of cold that one night I was available to come, and the other night I was just too tired after work. It's like, for all the excuses you make, if you just showed up, you would have had fun. You would have enjoyed yourself. You would have had a great time. You probably would have, maybe met somebody. Who knows? This is where you got to meet people right there. It's an outing like that outside. Hey, you want to get warm? I'm a good old fucking heat blanket right here. Like, hey, what's up, everybody?
But what I've noticed is people will spend more time complaining about the smallest things than anything. And I picked up on that so much now just recently where everybody just finds a way to complain. Like, this is a 2-night event. It's once a year. You know what I mean? Like, if you go and you had fun, you had fun. If you had a terrible time, you just don't go back. It is what it is. But like, and I'm going to take it there. But like the amount of complaints people are having with the Super Bowl halftime show. I'm like, it's a 20-minute halftime show, and you guys are literally making this a bigger deal than what it actually needs to be. Because ultimately, the way I view things is, if you don't want to support something, you don't support it. It is what it is. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, you shouldn't have spent so much time and energy worried about a 20-minute halftime show. But we're all built differently, though. You know what I mean? That's just kind of where I just go, like, I didn't watch the halftime show. I didn't even finish the game. I was with my son. You know what I mean? Like, I watched the first half. It was a boring game. For me, it was boring. I thought, I'm happy the team that won. I thought the next day.
It was a horrible game.
Awful, right?
Boring. It really was. It just, the Patriots just didn't show up.
True. Jeff,
I don't know.
What TF is up to count? Death Dealer here is another title holder over there at Madhouse. You think he's going to turn in that Extreme Grand Prix for a shot at your Mayhem Championship? You ever think that, Tim?
If he was stupid, he would.
Fair point. Hey, that's an easy answer right there. I appreciate that.
Death Dealer don't want no smoke, man. Get him out of here.
Yeah, the game was very lackluster. There was nothing. There was really nothing great about it. It was pretty let down. Like, that's everyone's like, who do you want to win? I'm like, I don't care. Just as long as it's a decent game. I have no fucking stake in either of these teams. And then it wasn't even a decent game.
I did the big board, and I was the first person. I got 4 boards, right? I had no idea what I was doing. Wake up in the morning, I won $240. I was like, okay.
All right, cool.
There you go.
I'll take it, man. Like,
I'll be honest with you. I don't know how the Seahawks kicker didn't win MVP.
Yeah, no shit.
Who won MVP?
I don't know. Who did?
Walker.
Oh, the running back?
Yeah. He didn't score a touchdown, though, did he?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It should have either been the kicker or it should have been the defense.
Yeah, just give it to all of the defense.
I just tells you how boring that game if the kicker gets.
So I told everybody going into it, I go, man, I don't see how the Patriots win this, man. Like, there's the whole AFC playoffs, the whole time through the playoffs, every team in the AFC had moments in every game of ineptitude. And it didn't matter. It didn't matter if it was on offensive side, defensive side, or special teams. Every single team throughout the playoffs, every game in the AFC had moments where each team looked just dog shit. And you saw it in the AFC Championship. I know it was in the snow when the final score is 10-3. True. That does not bode well going into the Super Bowl. It was like,
Top Shelf, you're not wrong, because the entire time I'm going, whoever comes up the NFC is going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, and you guys all know I'm a Rams fan, I'm a Rams bias, but I was saying the Rams Seahawks was the true Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, like, even if it had been Chicago, I mean, I looked at, like, you're 100% right. Those AFC teams, I'm going, what is going on here? I mean, especially when you don't have teams like the Chiefs in there and then the Bills, you just don't know what you're going to get out of that team.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I mean, it's the right team won, and I'm happy it's over, to be honest.
Do you guys think that Denver would have been a better match than Seahawk had Bo Nix not busted his foot?
Yes.
Yeah, that defense is a little bit better than the Patriots. Patriots still have a good defense, but, you know, again, you see what happens with young quarterbacks. I mean, it's not like Sam Darnold is super old, but he's been around long enough and, you know, just enough game management there to get him over the top. And that's really what they come down to defense mostly.
That's a ton of pressure too, though, for Drake. There's so much fucking talk about how, like, 2 years in, this fucking kid's the fucking best. He's about to bring the Pats back to glory. Like, all of this is in his head. There's no way you can escape that the week of the Super Bowl when all you're doing is media and practicing. Like, that's all you're doing that whole week. Mm-hmm. So, like,
or you get the ghost of Tom Brady above you too. You know what I mean?
Right, and he's fucking there, and he's in the stadium. Like, you know he's there. He was part of the pregame. Why they brought those guys on stage at Green Day, that was odd, but whatever. But it's like, dude, like, there's just no way he wasn't. The whole thing in the pregame was like, he's so calm, he's so cool at this young age. And it's like, well, yeah, because y'all didn't start talking about him until he made the Super Bowl. Now it's a fucking thing. Mm-hmm. Like, now you're really. And he just, a good quarterback would have fought that defense, and he just fucking crumbled.
I talked to an honest Vikings fan earlier, and I reason I say honest because he gave me an honest answer. He goes, I'm happy for Sam Darnold, but I truly believe that even if he would have stayed, the Vikings still wouldn't have won a Super Bowl. Oh, and I said, that's an honest person though, because the amount of people are like, they should have let him go. That could have been us in the Super Bowl. I'm like, I don't think you understand. Like, the Seahawks made moves. You know what I mean? They got rid of DK Metcalf. They got Cooper Kupp. They got Shaheed. They dealt with some injury. I mean, like, it just wasn't Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? And plus, ultimately going into it, the running game was better. The defense was. I mean, like, there's just a handful of things that. Yeah, a quarterback is huge, but come on, are you serious?
Well, but you know the Vikings' offensive line sucked, right? I mean, so it wouldn't have made any difference who was back there, in my opinion.
Yeah, very inconsistent play from what was supposed to be an upgraded offensive line this year, which, I mean, yeah, injuries being what they are, true. But, honestly, yeah, Tim, the guy you talked to, yeah, even if they kept Sam Darnold, this would not have been a Super Bowl team in Minnesota. I mean, they had too many flaws. I mean, it would have been nice for guys like C.J. Ham or Harrison Smith or whatever, especially if it's their last years or whatever, but again, like, there's too many ifs, ands, and whatever else in a game of football, especially, that you can't say, oh, well, if he would have stayed, if we would have kept him. Nah, man. It's a totally different ball game.
Yeah, that's just it. It is. There's so many variables. So many. Like, it's nothing.
So many variables. Well, injuries play a factor.
Yeah, in any sport, I mean, you got teams on paper that should be able to win World Series, NBA championships, Stanley Cups, whatever. And once they get 2 or 3 injuries, and depending on the longevity, it's like, you can't come back from that. Either you don't make the playoffs because of those injuries, so you have a losing streak in the middle of the season. Like, football's so short anyways. Other sports, maybe you can get away with some of those, but nah,
but
man.
Look, top shelf. And once again, and we're here to talk wrestling. What happens if Seth Rollins doesn't get injured?
True.
Yeah, this whole road to Mania would be different. It would be looking way.
We probably don't have CM Punk as a champion right now.
Did you see Kofi posted today or yesterday? I don't know. He was at the Super Bowl because he's a Patriots guy, and it was because Seth and Becky had tickets, and Seth literally texted him to be like, "Hey man, I have an extra ticket. Do you want to go? You're a Pats fan." And like, he was like, "Oh, dude, no, like, you're joking." He's like, "No, for real. Like, I don't know how much. Like, no, like, it's free. They were given to us for free. You get it for free. I have an extra. Do you want to come?" So Kofi and like Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch were at the Super Bowl. There's always fucking celebrities we saw it in spades at that show, or at the Super Bowl. But like, well, what I want to ask is this: I've never been, right? Like, I've been to Manias, right? So I've seen that production. But the production that goes into the Super Bowl, as far as like the broadcasting side of things, it's the biggest game of the year, in the biggest sport in the United States. And then you throw in the whole wild card of you're literally doing a 15-minute completely different show in between the game that has its own separate production that's going to go into it. And especially with what we saw with Bad Bunny, which, by the way, like, you knew it was going to be good. Because this guy doesn't half-ass shit. I rewatched the Backlash match with Priest this last week, and I was like, holy fuck, I forgot how good he was. Because he put the fucking time and effort to perfect that to the best he could with the time he had. He wasn't going to half-ass like some of these celebrities do. Jelly Roll's another guy that it's like, hey man, good on you. You did it. Pat McAfee, you took it serious. But Bunny was good though. That shit with Priest was good. Mm-hmm. So you knew, and all the fucking talk going around everything going into this whole thing, it is what it is. People are going to watch what they want to watch. The bottom line was, if you watched it and you weren't sure, I'm sure you walked away being like, dude, this guy, like, I didn't know what the fuck he was saying, but just watching the visuals and the scene to scene, I caught the story. I got it. Like, this was literally the pride of where he comes from and then his life. Also kind of cool that couple actually got married.
Yeah.
Like that was a real wedding, they said, right?
Yeah, like they had invited him to their wedding. Like how some people will do that. And he responded back and was like, no.
You want to get married at the Super Bowl?
Instead, how about you get married at the Super Bowl? He signed as the witness on their actual wedding certificate. So like that was like fucking legit. But
how are you gonna top that though? Like for a first wedding, like
oh my god,
first you're like this pales in comparison to the fucking wedding. Well, no shit, bitch. Like
they have their reception and a whole night. All their guests are just like, so is he coming?
Yeah,
like you know him now, right? Like he's gonna actually come, right?
You got his number, right? Like
they're like, no, that was it. It was amazing. It was amazing.
As Bad Bunny, I don't know his real name,
right? Like Benito. No, it was a beautiful show. It was amazing. It was cool to see him shout out all of like North America at the end, and also cool to see someone that hyped. Because you see some clips that didn't air after, like the fucking band and all those dancers were still partying in the parking lot after they walked out of the stadium. Like they were still jamming and just loving life. And that's kind of what that whole thing was. Like, dude, that was cool. Like I wanted to go to fucking Puerto Rico after seeing that shit.
You know what's crazy though? The amount of people that go to Puerto Rico or go to Mexico, go to these places for these resorts and those kind of performances. Granted, it's not Bad Bunny, but those kind of performances are happening and you're there on vacation, all inclusive. You're vibing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a part of me goes, where's the disconnect here?
So that's two things. So, hey, I'm just curious, Tim. You were at a Super Bowl. You went when it was here in Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to know like what that shit was like going in between the game and the Super Bowl production wise. But then also that brings me to another really good point. And I was thinking this, and it was like, everybody's up in arms with Saudi Arabia getting Rumble and now getting Mania, right? And I get it. And there is shit there. There's legitimate reasons for people to kind of be like, that's not cool to me. I get that. But if they did Mania at a place like fucking Puerto Rico where it's like, okay, that's like a destination. It's like the cruise, but you're in one spot, which is just as cool. And then also for like people who may not be super WWE, but they want to go to Mania, but then they want to see all the other shit, as long as they all come over there and do that too, which I'm sure they'd be able to pull it off with all the resorts. You're now on vacation. You get to go check out GCW. And now you get to go check out Effie's Brunch. You get to go check out MLW. And then Saturday, Sunday, if you want, you go to Maine. Like, you don't have to do all but you don't have to do any of that. You can literally go to one night of Mania and be like, I'm going to sit on the fucking beach all week.
But that's the thing, though. Like, you have house shows for the people that aren't able to afford the Raws and SmackDowns. Then you have the Raws and SmackDowns for the people that are able to go to those because it's in their city. But then, like, when you talk about the PLEs, and when you talk about things like SummerSlam and Mania, especially like a Mania, for example, you're now catering to just not only pro wrestling fans. You know what I mean? Like you want sports entertainment. You want the big draw. Very similar, like the Super Bowl. When I went to the Super Bowl, the exact same thing. Granted, it's in Minnesota. It was cold. It was February. But still, the amount of celebrities that I had seen at that Super Bowl and like, majority of the time, the people that are there aren't even really fans of the teams that are playing. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the same concept when you talk about like WrestleMania. So it's like when you go to these places, you're looking at it right now going like, hey, man, like, yeah, I mean, we just want to draw. We just want to get people. We want to get butts and seats. And ultimately, when it comes down to it, it's just like that's where I think people forget that it's bigger than just the event. You know what I mean?
Later, Clint. Go, Emmett.
Later, Clint.
Everybody vote. I put the link in the chat. Everybody click on that Facebook link. Vote for Emmett Dye.
out there, both on YouTube and on Twitch. Yeah,
I love that guy, Clint Dye.
It is one of those things that, yeah, the spectacle behind all this stuff. I mean, even the post game production with the stage that they have and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I literally said that to my friends that were here on Sunday. I was like, Jesus Christ, look how quick they put that stage together for the fucking trophy ceremony. Like, it's amazing.
Well, and that's the whole thing too. Like, you know, I'm sure NFL productions and stuff like that, they're taking down Bad Bunny's stage as they're putting that probably together to just get it rolled out. Like, there's a lot of things like that's why you can't have some of these Super Bowls in older stadiums anymore because of the fact of like
the infrastructure.
Yeah, we just don't have this gate area. We can get a big stage out there quickly and put together, you know, like. And you probably got some guys who are pretty young, just be like, I'll run underneath there and just latch all these fucking clamps together. Yeah, my knees are fucking fine still. Yeah, it's like, okay, motherfuckers, you do your thing.
Yeah, because like
they're going back to SoFi next year. Go ahead.
Yeah, they are going back to SoFi. We'll see who gets that Super Bowl halftime show. It might finally be Taylor.
Did you guys see, by the way, like not to change subjects here, but did you just see so the winning team, each player gets like $178,000 as like a bonus or whatever.
Yeah,
but then you're spending 7 days in California.
Took like 70 grand from them.
Yeah, and then so their jock tax is like 3.5% or whatever. So with 7 days off of what they won, basically each Super Bowl champion ended up paying the state of California like an extra like $75,000.
That's how many guys
needed that.
Or
how many people are on that fucking team each? Like,
yeah. Like that's every player, that's every equipment manager, that's all that sort of extra. I mean,
dude, and they're just licking fucking fingers right now too, because they just had it 2 years ago. They had it this year. Now they get it again next year. They're just like, ooh,
yeah,
money, motherfuckers.
It's the NFL's like charity case for California.
Oh my god,
money,
it's
I guess.
Insane, dude.
Yeah,
it's
dude. Like,
insane.
And that's the thing too. Like, I mean, obviously, there's always you know, income that needs to be paid into the state that you're playing and stuff. But you know, like, yeah, Seattle has to play at least 2 other times in the state of California. That's probably a grand total of, you know, not the day of the game, but at least the day before, probably, you know, the day after being there and stuff like that. So any kind of work that they're paid for and stuff. I'm like, Jesus, man, like, no shit, dude. No wonder a Sports Center bailed on fucking LA. They bailed on their studio in LA because they're like, yeah, no jock wants to come here and do interviews live because no one wants to fucking pay to technically work.
Hell no.
Like all the Division III athletes I ever knew, like, oh, so you're just willing to just pay to play sports still? Okay, that's cool.
Right. Like now, Tim, when you went here, it was Justin Timberlake, right?
It was. Yeah.
And like I remember that one, and it was cool, but it wasn't. I mean, like, dude, Bad Bunny basically brought like a village on that field. Like it was a lot. Which, by the way, dude, how do I get a job as a Bush guy? I'll take a week off and get some PTO to make $1,700 they made for the week, but you get to go to the fucking Super Bowl.
So I heard somebody say they used, 350 or 400 people as Bushes, but there's going to be 900,000 people that use it as a credit.
Yeah, it's part of that Super Bowl show. Oh, where are you now? Yeah,
here's me, the Bush.
It's gonna be the next generation of Last Comic Standing when they just the club.
It was funny before we realized that like there was people in there when we were watching it live here because I had friends over. We were like, one of our buddies was like, "Nah, bro, is that gonna take a whole week too?" Like we literally were like talking about one of our buddies because he's like, I could be, because he's a tall motherfucker, so he's like, I could be one of those Bushes. We're like, hell yeah, you could. You'd be Bush 21. That'd be your fucking credit. But I mean, it was insane. It was insane. That was a cool thing. Ricky Martin came out of nowhere. That was hilarious because my buddy next to me was like, Menudo! Like, that was his reaction. Was Menudo! And I was
like Lady Gaga was there, Jessica Alba, Ricky. I mean, like, I still haven't seen it, but I've heard it.
Lady Gaga killed it, dude. That salsa version, the salsa version of that song of her and Bruno Mars is what she sang, but salsa, dude, that shit was fire. That was fire, man. And he brought like legit Puerto Rican. Like he basically kept everyone that got camera time, even for like a split second, that wasn't like a Bush, were some sort of Latin. And like he brought like OGs from Puerto Rico, like the old lady that gave him a shot is like the lady who owns the oldest social club in Puerto Rico. Like she's like famous over there. You know what I mean? Like, and he's bringing these people. The taco truck that he walks by, that's a legit taco stand somewhere. Like he brought that guy. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, Malice, let's go do a Madhouse show in Puerto Rico.
It actually gave me heartburn. No, it's too much flavor, too much spice.
It was funny though. Yeah, it was funny seeing some of those people. Did anyone watch the Kid Rock one? I'm just curious. I didn't.
I'll be honest with you. I did because I wanted to see what it looked like. I watched it after the fact, but of course it was taped previously, and might I say that if you skip, so I'll be honest, the other three people, I didn't know who the fuck they were, so I skipped through them because I knew what it was going to be. I want to see what Kid Rock did. And he starts with his probably most famous song, Ba Wada Ba, and which, by the way, I didn't understand that either. That's not English, but anyway,
genius lyrics right there. The bang to bang boogie,
up drop the boogie, diggy boogie.
Yeah.
Anyway, point being,
and then it's so funny that people are like,
"Hey man, for you right there, brother." Okay,
it is hilarious that was the alternative because people were pissed that guy don't speak English.
Yeah.
So let's get the guy who speaks gibberish.
But here's the point other than that, which is a point in and of itself. He was lip syncing or trying to sing. I couldn't tell which. And the thing is that it looked like was just throwing in a word here or there because he'd pull the mic away from his mouth and the song would keep going.
So let me ask you this, since you watched it. He came out, I guess, today and said that he didn't lip sync, but because it was taped, he was trying to say that the audio didn't line up with the playback when they put it out.
Well, I'll be honest.
He says that he didn't lip sync.
I don't give a fuck if you lip sync or not. If that's the truth, that was the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. If literally they recorded it and couldn't get it to sync up, what the fuck does that say about him? Right?
I thought that
dog shit.
I thought that.
I understand that they recorded it somewhere in Georgia. They paid, you know, you talk about paid other stuff. They paid about 250 extras to stand in that arena, and literally it looked like there was, you know, they were stacked for 3 whole rows of people. But the audience didn't. Jesus, Malice, the audio didn't match his fucking age. You know, it's just. I saw this is another comic that got what the hell's the guy's name? I can't remember. I can see his face now, but he said, "Oh my God, Kid Rock looks like is aging like an open can of tuna."
Yes, Jake, we understand you asked the question, but also I'm probably the only one that gives a shit about the question. Can Tim beat Aaron from Steel Toe Morning Show?
I think we've answered this before too a few times.
Yeah. Steel Toe Morning Show is a show I used to work for. Aaron Imholt still runs it, owns it, all that sort of stuff. Apparently, Jake has issues with Aaron, so he's asking if you can beat him up.
Yeah. Tell him to come challenge me for the title. He'll get smashed.
Yeah, Aaron's also had one exact wrestling match in his life, maybe 2, but one of them was commentated by our own JR. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That was at what was it? Crush Pro
Wrestling at the Wright County Fair in Howard Lake, Minnesota.
Yeah. Sign Aaron up, but add Aaron to the list. I mean, like at this point right now, I don't think there's anybody out there that's going to beat me.
Listen, I've never seen a guy who's more afraid of being autistic than Aaron Imholt. All right, so you're fine with not having to deal with him. All right, but
anyway.
also, you know, that was something I was going to say earlier, not autism per se, but so many people have ADHD nowadays. That's why I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, hey, how was it?" Because they just completely forget about the fact that there's other things going on in their life or in the world. And they're
perfect example. all three of you, actually, a perfect example. You've seen my nephew. He's come to
Yeah.
things with us.
Yeah.
And every time it's like, you paid money to be
I'm
in
aware,
this arena, and you're staring at your phone the whole time, watching reaction videos. Like, look up. There's a live show going on in front of you.
It is kind of tough to.
But
I love Devin, but
also he's not alone. Like, that is that generation.
Yeah. That's why when they talk about keeping the screen and limiting screen time with young kids, because there's a lot of people that use that screen as a babysitter, and it's not always good. And not every kid can break away from that stuff.
What is Tim's signature and what is his finisher? Well, I believe your finisher is your signature, right? The spear.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know, Tim.
Spear into a door.
Here's the thing, Tim. Every show has evolved, so the repertoire, he's got some more in that repertoire. So, what do you got? Have you decided?
I mean, that's the beautiful thing about a guy like me, man. You just never know. You know what I mean, I might even beat you with a submission. You know what I mean? I make Aaron tap out.
Tim, can I ask you a question? Can you add the jackhammer as your finisher just to appease Ace? I've been told that he loves Goldberg so much that he would love to see somebody take the jackhammer and evolve it into the modern era.
I think Ace would rather see the shake, rattle, and roll.
My finishing move next match would be the bow with the bang, but dang, diggy.
I'd rather have bow with
You just throw a Detroit Tigers hat at somebody like bow with the bomb, the Titan.
I'm just gonna bow with the bow.
I'll tell you what, though. I will tell you what.
It's just a wig of just greasy ass hair just thrown at somebody. Get off me!
I'll tell you that. Well, first of all, I heard that he came out and performed under his real name and not Kid Rock, and it was like, oh, what? You mean Kid Rock's not his real name? Like,
no. They had Kid Rock on the backlight, and then he came and did. Then they had this weird fucking deal where they had a guy that was dressed like a pirate with long fucking hair playing a cello while a normal looking woman was playing a violin, some kind of instrumental thing. And then he came out and on the stage it said Robert Ritchie.
Unity, women and
I don't know, fucking
bring them together.
I don't know if
I'll tell you this though, between those fucking two that you guys just said, I would much rather deal with Shake, Rattle, and Roll because at least that guy's a fucking legend and has been around forever and wrestled some of the greatest in the business. Goldberg is just a piece of fucking shit. Like, there's no conversation. No one will ever change my mind. I will forever be a Gunther Mark now because he retired Goldberg. I hated Bret Hart. But we share that love of hating Goldberg together, and I fucking respect
Well, first of all, if you're gonna say Bret Hart and Goldberg in the same breath, make sure you say Bill Goldberg.
Oh, sorry, okay? Bill Goldberg. I don't.
With some kind of Canadian inflection, like Bill Goldberg.
I don't need to do that. But I mean, there's just no. I remember there was a guy. He lived up in I think Duluth. Back in the day when I was on a different podcast, him and some other dude were doing a wrestling podcast up there. Very cool guys. We all became friends. We do some like mega shows every once in a while, meet up at shows. And fuck you, Malice. I did have a friend that had that tattoo though. We got into an argument over it because I was like, you literally only got that because you saw it in Goldberg. No.
Wait. So speaking of Goldberg tattoos though, do you hate Braun Breaker because he has one that's very fucking similar?
Well, A, yes, it is very similar. B, I don't hate him because of that. I just hate him because, like,
he's a Steiner.
Well, yeah, I was never big on those guys. I never liked them. But also, like, I've said this. Give him another year in NXT. Bring him up. Don't put a mic in his fucking hand. Let someone like Paul Heyman be his guy forever.
Mm-hmm.
You got gold.
Tim, do you know what the overdrive finisher is?
I have no clue.
Well, then that needs to be your new finisher now. So there you go.
But yeah, so I very much would rather deal with Honky and that shit. Like,
well, see, that's the thing. He was an asshole to you, but he is an actual legend. Again, like one of the longest running Intercontinental champion or reigning, excuse me, had, like you said, matches with.
Was he actually good?
Honestly,
I honestly couldn't tell you. I know nothing. I mean, I just know this. Yeah, please tell me.
If
here's the thing, because of him or El Kabong, one of the two.
If he had another persona other than like an Elvis impersonator, he probably would have been an acceptable wrestler. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so
Here's the thing. He's one of those guys that in
Thanks,
the
Matt.
80s and early 90s, he was able to get through matches without having
Yeah.
to do a
Oh,
lot.
But
absolutely.
he didn't fit the bill, though. I mean, like everybody, not Bill Goldberg, but he didn't fit the bill. In that time, they all were massive. And he
Yeah,
was
and that's the
out of
thing.
shape.
I mean, Hogan was your guy back then, and we made fun of John Cena and the 5 moves of doom, but like, really, what did Hogan have in his fucking bag of
4.
tricks? You know what I mean? Like, let's just be honest.
Hulk up.
He was top of the fucking
the big
mountain.
Hulk up,
because-
you leg drop.
Yeah.
Body
big
slam, leg
boots.
drop. That's it.
Big boot.
Oh, big boot. I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
And the body
I mean-
slam you can't really count because that's everybody does that. Everybody does a scoop slam.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean,
100% Death Dealer. 100%. But that was back in the day, though, where you were almost strictly booking on the look
Yeah.
and the gimmick outside the ring.
That was it.
Right.
That was it. In that time period, it was all gimmick.
Because
But-
you had to sell it on TV. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but he
you
was
weren't
fat
finished
Elvis.
shows.
That was what it was. He was
Well,
the
yeah,
era
he
of
was,
fat
yeah.
Elvis. He wasn't supposed to be in shape Elvis.
But here's the deal, though. He was the perfect heel. Because he'd come out and fucking, yeah, baby, we're going to sing my song. And he'd always have Jimmy Hart with him on the megaphone.
But
Like,
how
yeah,
did
baby,
Hacksaw, Jim Duggan, and Bob Backlund last as well? Like I'm just saying, man.
Okay,
like,
I'm gonna
they're
tell you
like-
right. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know how Backlund made it into the 90s on TV because that's fucking insane.
joke, dude.
I don't know what the fuck Vince McMahon had in his head that he's like,
Ow.
you know who'd be good against Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak
Bob
Kid?
Backlund, bro.
Bob Backlund. Well, he's running for some sort of office.
What was the
Dude.
finishing move? The crosswing chick. What was it?
Yeah, the crossface chicken wing.
Yeah, like
Dude, no, here's the deal.
he a modified sleeper hold. I mean, honestly, like
Before you two ever came to Waterloo for the Hall of Fame, when I was there one year, they used my setup to do one of the podcasts, and it was fucking Sheik and Backlund.
oh god.
Was the weird, and like Sheik was like 20 minutes late, and Backlund was just fucking like, come on, because he's like on a schedule. Like his day is scheduled out. He has to work out at a certain time to the point that he like went to the back of the room, and you guys know those rooms in the convention area. It was like doing like fucking calisthenic workout, like doing shit, and then like finally Sheik shows up. We finally get like 15 minutes in. At this point, Sheik's in a scooter, and he's just, he just goes on these fucking rants. So, like, someone finally asked Backlund a question, like the 3rd or 4th question. He answered it, but then just went straight into a fucking promo that he was able to work in his walkout. Like, he literally just cut a 5-minute promo after answering this question and then just walked out the back of the fucking room because he was done. He's like, this shit should have been started at fucking 45 minutes ago. Like, he was just done. But super nice guy. But it was the craziest thing ever because it was just like, did he just
He's got
fucking
the
leave?
third longest title reign, doesn't he?
3rd or 4th?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Isn't it?
all
Right.
time. Yeah, I think it's no, because technically there's Bruno, then there's Roman
Hogan.
Reigns, then there's Hulk Hogan. Bob Backlund is now the 4th longest single
Also,
reign.
he passed. So Roman passed Bob Backlund then.
Oh yeah.
Roman's the 2nd longest. Yeah, because he passed
Oh, he's
Hulk.
the second long. Oh wow.
Dude, no one's
okay.
going to beat Bruno.
No, you can't go 13 years the title.
Yeah, no one will ever beat
And
him.
then
What?
yeah, Bruno Sammartino's reign, like his longest reign was 13 years and 4 days or some shit.
Yeah, that's
Because-
never gonna get beat.
Well, the
He was-
WWF at the time was just going up and down the coast, and so you could just have one title because no one knew because TV was 2 or 3 weeks behind.
But also on top of that, you take Andre out in that era, like JR, isn't it safe to say Bruno was probably one of the most famous champions? Like he became one of the more like he was one of the first wrestlers to become almost a celebrity because of it.
Right.
No.
Right. He was probably because you had the gimmick guys in that era, but he just kept going and he still had the look and the build, and God, I mean, I don't know if he was wrestling probably into his 50s. I'd have to look it up, but I mean, if you look at when he started to when he ended up, he absolutely looks completely different.
I mean, as far as always looked like he was in his 50s, so it doesn't matter. Like, he was 22 years old. He looked like he was 52 in modern era.
You dick. You dick. You totally set him up. That's hilarious.
You would do that to Josh. Everybody should do that to Josh. I love Josh.
Poor Josh. Love Josh.
Glad he's back healthy and all. So
that's insane. Dude, I mean, like, was it Bruno Mars? Like, he's named Bruno.
Oh yeah,
because his dad would call him Bruno because he reminded him of Bruno San Martino.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, he was one of the very first ever like major celebrity stars that came from wrestling.
Yeah.
So,
and he bridged that gap from like old school, you know, like the Fez and the all that sort of era into, you know, with the Sheik and all that sort of stuff with like, you know, towards the end of the AWA stuff, you know, and the end of the territories. He really helped bridge that gap from what was the original golden era to then the new golden era of like the rock and wrestling and all that sort of stuff. And I mean, that's the thing too. It took them so fucking long to put him in because he just had a huge issue with Vincent Kenny McMahon or Vince Jr. that he just hated the fucking product. Didn't want to do anything. So
true story. Triple H had to smooth that bridge over to make that happen.
What a shock. You mean that same bridge that Triple H had to smooth over with the Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, you know, because Vince has an ego. Oh, what a fucking shock. I still can't believe he's not dead, though. You know, you take him out of the fucking business, and he's still not dead. I guarantee you, though.
Yeah,
I'll say that. I wouldn't be surprised if Vince McMahon ends up in the Epstein files. I'm just going to say it, guys.
Oh, yeah, that would not be a shock at all.
It wouldn't be a shock at all, right?
It wouldn't be. But the other question, though, is I thought, if I'm correct, I'm pretty sure him and Linda like have, maybe not legally, but they have split. Like, they're not like living together.
Yeah.
So if that's
I think that's been a long time.
Yeah, for sure. But like, dude, old man's probably just horned up in some fucking apartment paying for fucking women right now. Like, let's be honest. He ain't got nothing else to do. He's fucking
nasty.
He's
got
paying
the Wayne Newton mustache.
Yeah, he's paying broads to come in there and he'll Dirty Sanchez them and shit and fucking have a grand old.
I don't even want to see those Epstein files, man. The amount of people that are going to be on that list is going to be ridiculous.
He just doesn't get out of my nose, Bruno.
Dude, so speaking of noses, by the way, so a friend of mine sent over a clip of Nick Wright from whatever FS1 morning show. I said, yeah. I go, Nick Wright is literally just the white Stephen A. Smith. I want him to shut up. I don't care about his opinion. And if anything, he looks like somebody Dick Cheney to Toucan. All right. You know what I mean? Like, he just looks like an absolute asshole. All right. And if you guys don't get the reference, it looks like he was shot in the face with a fucking buckshot or what, a bird shot. So
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hang on.
And also too, that guy is so fucking ungrateful. If it wasn't for Chris Carter giving him that opportunity, he would never have a fucking job in sports. Mm-hmm. That guy is literally, he looks like he should be just bagging groceries for your grandma at the grocery store. All right. He doesn't look like he has a skill in his fucking, in a whole bag of fucking nothing. He is the lack of nothing. Like, he is an absolute dickhead.
But there's so many sports shows now that like everybody's getting an opportunity, man. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. At least we make some fucking sense. We're in the fucking business of wrestling. You know, like, that motherfucker has no in to sports other than, oh, I watched a lot as a kid. Congrats. We all did. All right. We were all teenage boys trying to fucking one up each other. Like, hey, look at this shit. Like, what? You think the Knicks are going to be good this year?
This guy?
Yeah. I want to beat him with a stick right now, and he's not even saying words. That's how much he irritates me. I mean,
he's a diehard Chiefs fan too.
His whole face is not straight. That's the whole thing. The only thing straight about his face is that fucking schnoz. Everything else is a little bit crooked, and he wasn't like he was like doing a tilt. Look at that. His whole face is fucking crooked. How is this man on fucking TV?
Did he play like hockey or some shit? That's usually how that happens.
He literally has no fucking abilities in sports whatsoever. He's played nothing in his life.
I don't know.
Top Shelf going in right now.
Okay, that is well timed right there.
I forgot that was still there. I love that.
Well timed.
Conan.
And that's like I love Conan. Like literally, Conan to me.
It looks just like him.
Conan when he was with the Wolfpack, man. Like I love that dude, man. Like so fucking undervalued.
Fell off heavy, dog. That's Conan for dang.
That's so good. Like, do you think people come up to him and they're like, "Yo, your grandma's a dinosaur"?
That Wolfpack theme song has got to be one of the greatest theme songs ever. It's up there.
Banger.
Right? The Brood, the Wolfpack.
Well, you know, like last year when the Wolves were making their run in the playoffs, somebody like dubbed over some highlights to that. I was like, this is the most hyped fucking video I've ever seen in my life. Literally, I'd run through a fucking wall right now. I love the T-Wolves. I love the NW Wolfpack. Kind of why I got this fucking hat in the first place and stuff like that. You know, too sweet my hat, bros. Too sweet my hat. There we go. Woo!
I got you, dog.
What a dork.
Yeah, he says cover his mouth. So like,
yeah, I didn't want you to know who said it.
Yeah, it was definitely you, JR. Fuck you. Well, this was I try right there. You're ranting about some sports talking head that doesn't fucking.
I sometimes feel so bad when I come on as a guest because like we just have no rules because we've done this together so many times and I'm just like I hope people are just like what's going on today? We just do this.
Hey, breaking the fourth wall here. We don't really have many rules as it is. Tim.
Oh, look at this, guys! This just got announced. I didn't see this last night. Devon Monroe got announced for the Madhouse Des Moines show last night.
Oh, really?
Oh, I saw that he was on the poster.
Oh, did he? I didn't even realize that. I don't think he was on the original one.
Is that February 28th? No,
March
28th.
March 28th. I'm hoping to be at that one.
February 28th, I believe, is the school show.
There's something, yeah, I know. I looked at
house party show.
I'm really trying to make my way out to other places this year, truly.
Well, you got to make Des Moines, man. Big Mamas, whatever the hell that is.
That's gonna be a crazy night, dude. Just some of the best wrestling's going on in Iowa that night because you got APW, you got Madhouse, and then you got fucking AEW on the other side of the state.
Oh, are they over in Davenport?
No, they're in Iowa. They're
Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, shit.
So it's gonna be
5 Season Center.
It's gonna be a crazy day of wrestling in Iowa. No one in Iowa will have their excuse that day to not see a great show.
Unless it snows, because Iowa can't do shit with snow. Just saying.
God, I feel like no one can this year, though. I feel like even up here, it's not
dude, yeah. Minnesota, MnDOT has just gone. If you guys want to hear another fucking rant, Jesus Christ, don't get me started on MnDOT, man. My God, what a worthless organization when it comes to snow removal or fucking even repairing highways. Dog shit. Straight up dog shit. You guys know, Tim and Ace, you guys have driven up and down 52 so many damn times. How dog shit is that every other year? They got to fucking patch it every other fucking year. They shut down a whole lane each way, and it's still just absolute fucking dog shit.
Tom, you know how you could make $1 million?
Is by copyright dog shit? You're right.
No. I mean, you can do that, but if you came up with some type of material to pave the highway so that it would not have to be done every other year.
Well, I mean, there is material. It's called concrete, and they find using it on 52.
See, this is where you're wrong. You don't understand the climate in this area. Because when it gets cold, when water melts, and then it cold and freezing, then that's how the holes, and that's how all of that works. That happens with any concrete.
Mansplaining fucking weather patterns and fucking freezing.
Yeah, because you apparently just had to have a rant about the fucking way that the road crumbles because of where we live, and blame it on a fucking MnDOT.
Well, so here's also the problem is that they do a lot of patching and not actual repair and replace. It's a lot of patchwork. That's the problem is that you get these potholes that form or you get these cracks and then they just want to patch them. They don't want to actually fix anything. So they push it off, they push it off, they push it off, they push it off. And then when they finally get money to do these roads, it takes fucking forever to get done because it's the planning and then it's lining up either contractors or if they're going to do the work too. So Believe me, JR, this was not me trying to be like, yeah, down with the government. This is not one of those rants. It's literally just more like, I fucking cannot stand how poor it
Would
is.
you pay more in taxes so they can do it more
Oh,
often?
here we go.
Oh, you want more than my 40% for fucking taxes?
Yes.
I
I
wouldn't
don't
call
give
that
a,
taxing.
I'm happy with the way it is. I can look at the fucking bumps and the potholes and drive around them.
Wow. Yeah. And
Do you have that
going
ability?
fucking slow as an old man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I can bitch about it all day long, but it's not going to change it.
I wouldn't call that patching either. Something about Thomas. That might just be a fan of mine. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't want to speculate.
Maybe that's the girl. Maybe that's the girl you made out with in the parking lot.
No, I don't.
False name.
I don't think it is.
Uh-oh.
I don't think it is. Because she would probably go back and watch this after the fact, like she did that first show we talked about her. So, and commented. So you could always just go back to that episode from back in November. This is weird. This is what we do, Tim. We don't have rules. We like to having guests on because we like having guests on. You know.
No,
and
I was
give them out at like an hour mark, but you're like basically an OG, so we
no
can't.
over the weekend. I was just telling Ace, I was like, I wanted to hop on the show because speaking of rants, I was going to go on a Roman Reigns rant because my whole conversation with Ace over the weekend was the amount of people that are complaining that he's back, that he won the Rumble and he's back in the main event scene, are the same people that really don't understand how this stuff works. I mean, you think about it, people get hurt, people don't step up. People don't take things seriously. Then you rewind back to like when him and John Cena had that infamous promo where John Cena checked him on live TV. The only reason I'm here is because you can't do your job.
Oh, Tim, something happened. You're mute again.
This thing keeps doing this. Am I back now?
Yeah,
it's the exact same concept. It's like Reigns is sitting here going, hey, you guys talked about you guys need fresh new faces. And I lost to Bronson Reed. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing these things to put this talent over because this is what people want. And then people aren't taking the ball and running with it. Let's just quote Vince. People aren't taking the brass ring. You know what I mean? So then you get to a point where you have to sell a Mania, right? Who's going to sell a Mania? You go to Old Reliable, right? So then like, a part of me just goes like, why is this such a hard concept to grasp for people where if people aren't going to step up and take this thing seriously, then what? You know what I mean? Majority of the people, like whether it's just like conditioning, whether it's like some people figure out things like merch, or they figure out catchphrases, or they figure out intros, but there's more to it than just that. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, as bad as this sounds, guys, we've already talked about this with Hogan and the 4 moves and Cena. Sometimes it's not always about the wrestling. You know what I mean? It's unfortunately, that's just what it is, especially now in the world we live in. You go to their social media page, that promo that Reigns and CM Punk cut is the most viewed thing on that page. Anything that's Roman Reigns related gets millions of views. And then you get other people that now, yes, what Javon Evans did last night was remarkable. And I feel like the way that kid is going right now, and there's been obviously there's been talent like Styles and Finn, and there's other people that they captivated an audience through wrestling. But I just feel like now it's so much harder to do that than it was back in the day. But there's still opportunities to do that. But then just because you got the wrestling aspect of it down, you have to figure out the other aspects of the business as well too. And that's why it's like you look at Reigns, he's just like, hey man, I know the formula. I know what works. And then even now people are complaining like, oh, his schedule, he's part-time. Yeah, but March 2nd, I believe the next time he's gonna be on Raw. I can assure you people are gonna tune in.
Well, and I was gonna say comparatively, it's the same kind of thing like with an MJF. You know, and when MJF was saying, I'm gonna beat you with a headlock, right? And then, you know, and then he does, and it's like it doesn't have to be all the flippy dippy stuff if you have all the other elements.
Well, and these are all great points and stuff too, but I think really where some of the complaints that come from as far as like Roman Reigns, I have no complaint about it because I know the guy's a star and this is how you're going to sell Mania. But there is a lot of people who would like maybe an LA Knight to get a push finally to the actual top title, or maybe you bring back a guy like Miz because he has won it before. He has that capability. He is a talker. something of that line. But also, those guys aren't new products. They are not young guys. People always talk about how old some of these WWE guys are, especially the guys, right? Well, look at what they've been able to do with the women's division. I mean, some of those women, they're highlights of NXT, and then they come to the main roster and they're still highlights. Because I think it's just pushed in a different manner, though, too, because there is a lot of possibility with some of these NXT call-ups on the men's side. People are a little worried about Obafemi maybe getting looked over, but we all know that guy should be a star and will be a star, hopefully, right? But
yeah, well, and I think they're taking their time. I think they're trying to get a couple other names out, and then 6 months from now, Elba is going to become a bigger deal.
Yeah, we don't know what next year is going to bring.
Because they just signed him. They took Evans, and they took a couple other people before him. So, but the thing with Roman Reigns is he's such a polarizing figure, right? Because he had so much hate for so many years, and I know my camera's being stupid, but
the succotash line did not help either. From the field, and then that's what you deliver for a guy who's supposed to be one of your top guys.
Well, and I think he turned a bunch of people,
that.
But I also think he turned a bunch of people because I never liked Roman Reigns. I didn't like him in the Shield. I didn't like the big dog or whatever the fuck that gimmick was. But then he did the OTC, and then he had the Wise Man, and then it was well, wait a minute. Okay, this is more interesting.
Yeah,
I kind of hate him, but I kind of like him.
Mm-hmm.
And then it grew with the Usos, and then it grew with just the full bloodline. It was oh shit, to the point that it was and let's be honest, you take Sami Zayn out of the bloodline equation, bloodline may have not become as big as it did.
Yeah,
Sami Zayn needs to gets a lot of the credit for that because he made it entertaining where it could have just been a straight heel and eventually people would have gotten bored really quickly with it. He gave it wheels and then gave it little other things in there, within the guys.
Do you think
I think Roman's just in a situation that we've seen all these guys in, and that is he has basically gone away after the last Mania or whatever and really hasn't come back a whole lot. And he's turned it into that guy. When Rock came back, when Cena came back, there was a lot of people who were I don't want you back. You've been gone for, a year now. I'm getting used to the other people. There's younger people. I want to see that. I'm cool. I moved on from you. It's the story moved. It's not you. Because I think that's the other thing too, is the bloodlines. It's not, and he's catching the fucking strays because of it. But it's the bloodline, I think, as a whole is we still haven't never really had a finish to that.
Correct.
Because there's been so many teases that it was going to be an internal struggle. We still all started, a lot of the big parts of this started with Rock wanting a shot at Reigns. We've never gotten it. Mm-hmm. So I think people are just tired of the bloodline because you can't keep doing it, especially now the Usos are tag champs doing their own thing. You got Solo, that thing's been asleep for so long now. It'd be weird to wake it up. Also, Solo kind of deserves his own little time there because he's an underrated person on the roster. He's good in ring. He's funny, but he's a great heel. You fucking hate him, but he makes you fucking laugh. Right. And I think that's really what this is people are pissed because it's just more bloodline shit. And I get it. I thought by now we'd have more.
Yeah, but as you said, we never got a finish to it. Mm-hmm. Obviously with the other bloodline, with Solo's bloodline, Jacob Fatu has turned on him and he's doing his own thing, but we obviously haven't gotten anything with God and Hikuleo, really. I mean, they were signed for almost nothing at this point. Even Jeff Cobb or whatever the hell they're calling him now. Sorry, Jared, you were saying something?
No, I was going to say something else, but it talking about that made me realize something else. It kind of reminds me a bit of how the NWO kept splintering off into all of these little things, and it's kind of that same thing where it's okay, now you don't know what to pay attention to.
Yeah,
because it's all watered down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think a lot of it too was they just wanted the story. They wanted Cody to finish the story, and then once that happened, it just seemed like everything at that point just died, right? Because everybody's so fixated on that, and it happened. But it seemed like there really wasn't a plan after the story was finished, unfortunately. And that's kind of what's happened on the last couple of years because the whole yeah, hence my shirt right now, but the whole rock and I want your soul thing, and that didn't grow any legs. And then all of a sudden you turn Cena heel, that didn't grow any, you know what I mean? And then, but yeah, Ace, you're right. Sammy being a part of the bloodline, gold, perfect. But like, I just love the fact that you had this one man who allowed so many other legs to grow. You know what I mean? Like, Sammy became super relevant. The Usos became a big thing, and Solo, the list goes on. Paul Heyman had a resurgence. Like, I mean, Paul Heyman's always that guy. I get it, but like, it seemed like he just went to a different level because it seemed like he was just having a lot more fun. I mean, like, and I watched that old Goodfellas promo that they cut during that one WrestleMania, and I mean, they had a great thing going. And then, yeah, as of late, I just felt like I still watch. I'm a fan, but like, there just really isn't a direction or anything that's happening. And unfortunately, you get to a point where these NXT guys, I think, are clutch. But if you're asking me right now, I'm like, I like Javon. I just don't think I think it's going to take time with him because he's just young and he's going to have to like look the part. I'm sorry. I hate saying that, but I just think so. But like, here's a guy like Ricky Sainz and Ethan Page. I think you put those guys up there today. You know what I mean? Like, I think Ethan Page,
Yeah.
Granted, he's 36, 37, I believe, maybe. I think, don't quote me, but I feel like that guy is, you put him on the main roster, I feel like he can take it and run. Trick Williams right now, I love Trick Williams. You know what I mean? Like, he's got the catchy song. They got to figure out a way to get Booker T out there on SmackDown because the ad-libs are definitely needed. But like, let's go back to the women. But the women have so much talent. But I feel like in the men's division, you got to find that next it guy.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I feel like you take Reigns out of it, and CM Punk's on the older side, Orton's on the older side, Cody's on the older side. It's like there is a couple of those it guys, but like, who actually is going to be the person that's going to be able to run and take the company to the next level? Is it Braun Breaker? You said it best, Ace. I mean, maybe you.
Well, so you know what I think we're going to see, because we got Reigns and Punk. I think we're going to see Braun get in that match.
Probably.
And if they're smart, they're going to milk the fucking hooded man till Mania, till that match. The reveal will happen when he costs Braun in that match. And then, yeah, I mean, maybe they do it at Chamber because maybe they're trying to have whoever's under that mask be a match. But that would work if it's Logan Paul or Jake Paul, because then you can have that match at Mania. I still think wait and have it at Mania, and then you have something to go with after Mania. Yeah. But then also,
it was Grayson Waller last night, wasn't it? I mean, did anybody watch it?
I didn't. I saw pictures. I don't know. But the other thing too, the rumor or the hope originally was that Rollins would be back by Mania. So maybe this is all just to get to Mania, where then he takes the mask off. He's the fucking guy at Mania. I don't know. And then what they're probably doing right now is milking it, because they're also like, hey, man, you coming? You going to make it? What's Doc say? Is it yay, nay? How we doing? So I don't know. I think, if it's Logan Paul, or again, there's been rumors it could be Jake Paul, because he's teased coming to WWE, and again, after getting his ass whooped, I don't think he's boxing anymore.
Vicious Victor Payne.
What up? So if it's those guys, maybe at Chamber we'll get that reveal, and then we'll get that match. But otherwise, if this could just really be a way of like, we think Reigns is going to be back for Mania, so we're going to do this.
Rollins.
Rollins, and then he'll fucking make that epic reveal. Who wins the match? Who knows? Don't know. Because the other thing too is at the end of the War Games, they teased Reigns and Cody.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's where you're like, okay, this fucking Rollins injury really fucking threw a wrench in the men's side of things for Mania this year.
Well, and I was just gonna say, Vicious Victor Payne, by the way, he's my pick for the Winter Brawl Classic to win that APW Heavyweight Championship. I'm just gonna say it. But see, that's the thing. It's the same night as Des Moines, so you got to pick defend that Mayhem Championship in Des Moines, or you gonna come to Winter Brawl Classic in Waterloo. I'm just saying, like, you got
double. I can do both.
You can make that drive.
That's a distance, man. So, like, when Tim was talking about it,
got that Badger Brawl though a few weeks before the Winter Brawl We don't know who's in that one.
That's right.
30 men.
That's true.
Badger Brawl, Algona.
That's true. I was just thinking of this, right? Like my thought, like this whole analogy is right. Like you have a garden that you want to have multiple different fruits and vegetables in, right? You know, like carrots, tomatoes, corn, maybe lettuce. But then WWE always focuses on like one thing. So they only want corn this year. They only want tomatoes this year. They only want carrots this year. And it like that's why it really kind of affects the fans, because like, well, what about the IC title? What about the US title? Why? And then then you see with the women's side, they promote them all equally. Like there's a lot of people, have been apparently hating on Chelsea Green. She's been fucking great. Everything she's been doing, interacting with not only the AAA mixed tag titles with her and Ethan Page, but what she's been doing in that US championship title area has been great.
Well, the problem with that is fucking Michael Hayes just needs to fucking realize.
Yeah, that was a stupid fucking quote.
Wrestling has evolved, and you can be on top because you're entertaining and do good matches. The whole she'll never be nothing more than like the butt of the joke and mid cart, blah, blah, blah. Like, nah, man, you're fucking wrong. Like, she's so over, and she's great in the ring. We've known this since her indie days.
Yeah,
like
Lucha Underground, TNA. Yeah,
what are you talking about? We've seen her at First Wrestling at those Baja shows like years ago. Like, and again, no, this is where it's like y'all gonna listen to the fucking guy that was like responsible for Rosa Mendez falling off the fucking wagon backstage and like being just a piece of shit on TV, like couldn't wrestle because she was like drunk all the fucking time, and that was him. Or was it Alicia? One of the two. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Alicia Fox.
Well, Alicia Fox now is over, or whatever.
I think it was
now over at TNA, but yeah, I think it was both. It was both, to be honest.
I think it was Rosa, though. I think it's the one that like he got in like a lot of trouble for.
But it goes back to what I was saying earlier, though. Like Chelsea Green, she can wrestle. We know she can wrestle, but she figured out that the best way for her to get over is through being entertaining, and it works.
Oh, she's so
like we know she can wrestle, but like, are people really gonna fall? Is she gonna be over because of her wrestling in the world we live in now? Who knows? You know what I mean? But what she's doing now, I think she's remarkable. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, but
and the thing is, the women's division is great. Like that road to WrestleMania right now for the women's side of things is interesting. You got the Bella Twins coming back looking for their very first tag title championship, which, in all honesty, yeah, like if you look at the women's division, the fact that those two are in the Hall of Fame before there was ever a real women's tag division does say a lot. I am 100% in for Stephanie McCure and Liv Morgan at WrestleMania.
How about Becky and AJ?
And then Becky and AJ Lee now for the IC title, which, like Tom said, like that just made that title that much bigger when we get to April in Las Vegas now. And Becky has done such a great job as this fucking just fucking jaded fucking champion who just thinks everyone's out to get her back there.
100%.
It's been so good. Like I'm the best in the locker room. And it's just not me saying it. Other people say it too. Rolling Stone said it. Like,
yeah,
so good. And it's just that match with her and AJ, that long-term story has been great. Like that fact that I'd like to see more of AJ after Mania and some other feuds though.
We all want that because she is a legend and she deserves a lot of those great matchups that she just, her time away kind of prevented her from getting all that. But this is again, what I'm saying with that analogy, as far as like the garden, right? Like, so everything in the women's division is a full garden. Like you have tomatoes, you have carrots, you have all that stuff going on. You have everything that's balanced that you want it to be balanced. And then you even look at NXT and they have so many women that they could call up, but they're like, oh, well, we got to keep some of them down there because, man, they're fucking talented down there. But you look at like the men's side right now, it's just like, yeah, but we really like carrots and we really want you all to like carrots. So here's carrots. And so many times it gets just stuck where it's like, but I want everything. Like AEW right now, they got Grand Slam tomorrow or whatever. They got Andre El Idolo versus Hangman for a shot at the title. They still have MJF as their main title. Swerve Strickland is still right there in that kind of mix. Kenny Omega, all that sort. I mean, it's so crazy when you have something that's kind of, well, there's all these other titles, cool, but it feels so more balanced in other promotions. But when you talk about WWE's men's side, I'm like, I feel like they just want you to want what they want you to want. They don't care sometimes what you all want. And we saw that even going back to like Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson back, or excuse me, Daniel Bryan back in the day, where it's just, the yes movement was way over and they just kind of like, but yeah, fuck you,
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, though, is this is the only two people who really, really know how the dealings with this, because they're at that level, is WWE and AEW. But also, it's not easy when there's that much money at stake. When you have that many fucking sponsors, you have whatever the company that owns you. You then have the fucking broadcasting or streaming companies that own your rights now. They're all going to want their fucking opinions to matter too. And again, companies like AEW and WWE, they catch a lot of shit for it, but it's like, y'all, this isn't like what you see when you go to the show at the VFW in your hometown. Like, millions of people are watching these shows each, and the people who are putting the money on to pack these things, they want to say, because they want their products to shine, and they think they know what that is, and they're going to work, with the companies to do it. And in that case, it's a person like Daniel Bryan who don't look like he should be a champion. Like, let's be honest, at that time, unless you were an indie guy when he was getting that beginning of that rub, you didn't know how good he was, especially because when he came out through the Nexus show, and then when they did the fucking takeover, and then he got fucking fired right away for choking Justin Roberts with his necktie,
and then brought back 2 weeks later to be against Nexus. Is like, yeah.
Like, there was so much shit that it took a while before you saw him for real in WWE as far as ring quality and what he could do. But the people who don't know wrestling and they just turn it on to watch, and we always talk about this, the casual fan, and that's who they're fucking advertising to, because they're trying to catch it.
Look, I've heard JR say this so many times, and I'm going to say it because I know he wants to say it right now. JR, they don't make this for us. It's just what it is now. It's like they just don't make it for us anymore, and it's been like that now for quite some time. And when you got people like the likes of Disney and ESPN and all these things, they want notable, recognizable names. They want the names that the kids are talking about, that the women are talking about, that the families are talking about. Am I going to want to sell a ticket to one 45, 35-year-old male, or am I going to want to sell a ticket to a family of 4, a family of 6? What's the simple math here? You know what I mean? 6 beats 1 any day of the week. It's just, it is what it is, So it's like there's aspects of it sometimes where it's just like, I don't know. I mean, like, fortunate enough, I mean, there's other promotions like 100% Top Shelf. You're so right. AEW, my goodness, the amount of talent there. If you're like a true wrestling fan, like, I don't know why people hate that product. I love AEW. I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people they just bash on it. I'm like, well, what do you want? You know what I mean? Like, if you want wrestling, that's where the best wrestle. That's what they say. That's their tagline, right? I mean, I don't know. What do I know?
Well, and then TNA now being an option on AMC and stuff like that too, like, and being at least more available to people too. I mean, there's always gonna be that alternative, and I think that's part of it too. Is there is people who just grew up with WWE, and that will always be their thing, which is more than okay. I'm not here to bash anybody for liking one product over another and stuff like that. And hey, I appreciate the fact that anybody who likes anything, because again, we've all. Tim, obviously you're holding a championship of an independent promotion right now. Ace has worked in 5 different promotions in Iowa. It's just part of how this all goes. We understand like that level, but we understand there's a lot of people who won't go to these shows because, well, is Chris Jericho not going to be there? Is Seth Rollins not going to be there? Like, I don't care. It's not WWE. I don't want to fucking see it. It's like, okay, cool. That's okay. That's part of how it goes. But to the point though, too, you don't know what you're missing out on until you actually go. Because again, we've seen some amazing shows, not only just locally here in the cities, with First or whoever, but then some of these Madhouse shows, especially at Chateau, has been absolutely fucking crazy and amazing. APW, what they've done, seeing Bridge City Slam with Central Empire has been absolutely wild. And being involved with that, I mean, It gets so crazy with when you see these fans, but it's good to have multiple options, and I think that's the biggest thing too. Is when you think something's stale, you could always change. You could always go watch something else. There's no reason you just be like, oh yeah, I'm ESPN until I die. Like, well, what about like when FS North or whatever was the thing, right? Like, oh, what about the regional guys? I don't care about regional sports. I was like, well, all right, I guess.
I think one of the things you got to remember though too is that AEW is not a publicly held company like WWE is, and so they have more masters to answer to at WWE, which has a tendency to homogenize the product down more.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we get to see so much blood, whether you like it or not, with AEW. That obviously is only truly accidental blood for the most part with WWE, and we all know that, like Tom said, we work with these promotions. The less restrictions you have, the more out there you can get, the more you can make things interesting for people. That's one of the things when we do those Madhouse shows, the people that do go to them say how much fun, how much stuff that they've never seen, and not to say that, again, one's better than the other, but when you have that many masters that you have to answer to, it just makes it, you're in a position where you don't want to do anything that's going to make the third guy on the ladder, who really doesn't have shit to do with anything, if he doesn't like it, now you got to answer to him.
Very true. Very true. I mean, I think that's part of it is like, AEW's biggest worry is whether the network wants them or not. And now it's going to be even more convoluted if all that from Discovery or whatever, or, HBO Max ends up going to Netflix. It's going to be a bigger fucking problem and ordeal that way too. So, but yeah, you're right. I mean, stakeholders being what they are, who you got to answer to, it's not just the fans. We understand that, and again, Nella, you're definitely right too. I would rather sell 6 tickets to a family than 1 to some mark who wants to go. Like we see it all the time with, especially the APW shows in Waterloo. You're going to see a lot more families. It needs to be a family friendly product. And Chateau, you see plenty of kids, but we also understand that Madhouse is a little bit different. It's not necessarily geared towards 100% the young kids. It's not going to be explicit per se, but it's going to be one where there's going to be a little bit more realism to it. The chair shots, the door, spots or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's always something out there for everybody, and it's just crazy when you say like, "Oh, I'm a WWE guy for life. Like that's all I watch. Fuck AEW." I'm like, but for real, like, there's opportunities there, man. Like, people are working. That's another thing too. Like, you forget sometimes it's just nice to have people working. I mean, like JR and I will never work Acme, but hey, I'm glad that they exist.
Well, and then it goes both ways. It's just like I laugh when people will be like, the fucking box, the fucking these guys, and it's like, so what? You just hate fucking Steen? You just hate fucking El Generic because they're in WWE? You hate them now? Like, no, like, come on. They all came from the same place and they were kicking ass then. You support them now on both sides because, and that's the thing where I have more trouble too. I don't try to these people have no fucking say on what they're told to do. Both sides, really. I know AEW has a lot more freedom, but I think we've also kind of learned that freedom's kind of gotten cut in half since Tony Khan's taken complete full reins. But still, at a certain point, these people have to do what's expected of them, and they just want to wrestle and make money. So it's like, dude, you got to support everybody. Like, I don't know.
Well, it goes back to what we talked about earlier with the football. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say the Jericho Cruise Facebook group chat, or not chat, but just that page is like the worst for it. And I get it. A lot of the people who went on there had been on it since the beginning, and it was before AEW was a thing. And the very first one, it was all those all-in guys and the fucking
indie stuff and
the Bullet Club and all that bullshit. And I get that, but like, some of these people who are just like outright like fuck this cruise, I won't buy it until I know where he's going and blah blah. And it's like, why? Is the prices are out. So if he did sign with WWE, it's not gonna all of a sudden be like, hey, y'all owe us another $3,000. Like they can't do that. B, if you've been on it before, you know it's gonna be a great time still, regardless.
Yeah, I get drunk every fucking time. Too much.
Like
way too much alcohol.
It's so and again, like, okay, so say he does bring a couple of WWE guys in, like, if he even got any main roster guys, that'd be fucking crazy. But you tell me if you see like fucking Otis and Tozawa walking around on the Jericho cruise, you'd be like, fuck you. You're not I'm golden black all day, baby. AEW. But like, no, you're gonna be like, oh my god, it's Otis and Tozawa. Like vice versa, if someone who's like, fuck AEW, I'm a WWE, and then they go on the belt and they're like, oh my god, it's fucking Kenny Omega. Oh my god, it's fucking Adam Page. Like,
yep.
Shut up. You like wrestling,
But they're not gonna keep that same energy,
and they're not.
You know, they won't.
And that's just it. There's different styles of TV and what you see.
Yeah.
Again, I come from a time where, like, JR, you know, too, from territories, you only really got to see what was in your area.
Yeah.
Or for me, it was WWF and WWC or WCW, because that's the two channels I had.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it both, and if I found a third, like, somehow stumbled on, like, I remember for
I got TNN all of a sudden. Holy shit, ECW.
I just remember like ESPN putting like an AWA show on from Vegas, and I was like, holy shit, there's wrestling on it. It's not the two I always watch. I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah,
like,
ECW terrified me when I first heard about that thing, because I was so accustomed to WWF, WCW. I said, "What is this?" I watched. I was like, "No, I can't keep up with this. This is too rowdy for me."
But that's the thing. Like, now we have so much wrestling that we can consume, and there's so many great talent out there on the indies and even on that high level. That's like, why are we all fighting about which is better? Like, appreciate the fact that you have all of this at our fingertips, and every company out there has something great to offer. And you're not gonna. It's like every fucking movie and TV show. Like, yeah, maybe you guys loved every fucking Avenger movie, but I'm pretty sure you could find one part of every Avenger movie that you're like, could have done without that. Russ Food.
That wasn't comic books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's,
it's like Marvel, DC, all that. I'm like, dude, stop. Just stop.
It's rough. It's rough being a wrestling fan out here. And it's more rough for us being a podcast in wrestling that we appeal, and we are trying to have wrestling fans come to us, and also being involved in the world of pro wrestling and wanting these people to pay to come see us and pay to be at our shows and pay to support our people and all this, that it's like, it's such a fucking double edge for us, because there's some days, dude, man, I don't want to see no one talking about wrestling when I open my Facebook or Instagram, because it's going to be just people talking out of their ass. And it's like, stop.
Yep.
Stop.
Hey, shout out to Malice. He's been with us the whole time, bro. That's crazy.
How drunk are you, Malice?
Speaking, I'm probably gonna hop off soon, because I want to catch the last 15 minutes of NXT. Like, I've been watching. I love NXT. The last year.
So Ruka's gonna be a fucking tear.
Oh my god, she's amazing.
She's gonna be a fucking tear.
That women's division alone is so loaded.
And you guys nailed it. Me and Tommy even said it in our Rumble Go Home show, and I think at the Rumble stream. I think we both had Saint and Paige picked to be NXT talent in that Rumble, and it's pretty shitty that they weren't.
True. But, you know, that's part of it.
Their future's bright.
And that's just it. Like you said with Paige, that one could be a questionable one. I don't know how much of a main roster run he's going to get, but I do think Ricky Saints is still in his prime and young enough that, like, that guy could be in the title picture on Raw or SmackDown right now. He's so good. And we knew this from the indie scene, and again from AEW.
From NWA, for God's
sake. And NWA. Like, none of this is a secret. And they know that. That's why he's there. So, like, pull the fucking trigger, guys.
Yeah, it is a shame and stuff for the fact that we didn't get to see any NXT guys. You know, but that's whatever. I get it. You know, like, oh, well, you know, they're not going to win anyways. Like, yeah, but that could be still pretty fun if they get towards like the final three, like a Sol Ruka did, where, well, shit. Well, what if she wins? Like, that means she's going for the NXT title, or does she come up main roster? Which, hey, again, there's always that fun what if. That's why you bring them up, because you never know. Even the surprise, you're like, hey, that guy doesn't wrestle here. Like when Mickie James appeared, or even Jordan Grace before she was signed, right? Like those are TNA talents. Like, what if they fucking
I just hate that we know that they're going to turn on her so soon. And it happens every time. They love her and they're just going to turn. I don't know, but she's amazing. But they're going to find a way to turn on her. It just happens every time. Every time. It's clockwork.
Well, Lash Legend's definitely getting propped up for something here. I think it's going to start with her beating up Nia to just have that dominance. But they already gave that to her at the Rumble. But I think she's... And I feel shitty saying this because I will admit this, you guys, before we head out of here. We have criticized Nia Jax a whole ton in the past few years on this show ever since she came into the wrestling scene. Like, no, and the wrestling
good reason.
And the wrestling world has as a whole.
Yeah.
I will say she has gotten better. She has been putting the work in. You can see that because she's losing weight. She's getting smaller. She's getting more athletic. She's getting quicker. She's got a great. She's always had the knack for like the acting side of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A hole.
A hole. Yeah, like that.
It's so great, but like, yes, beating
it would have been money.
Would fucking do whatever for Lash, but like, Lash Legend is kind of, I think, what they wanted Nia and maybe even Jade to be, because let's be honest, what's going on with Jade? So I really think Lash Legend is the one that's going to be like, okay, well, it didn't work with Nia, it's not working with Jade. All right, we got Lash Legend's going to be that one. She's it. Yeah. And honestly, they're probably onto it because she is great and she's better than both of them.
Oh yeah,
miles ahead of fucking. Sorry, I will not get off the boat. Jade Cargill is still all looks. She's not.
And
good.
Jade is pretty much a one-trick pony, because when she tries to talk to people, it's always the same thing. And I'm sorry, but that bitch is already so tired.
And the other thing too is Naomi was doing that without actually having to say I'm that bitch, and it came off way better and way more real. Because also it was like, it's my time finally. I've been here and I've never been a Naomi fan. You guys know this.
Yeah.
But holy fuck, Naomi, give me that all day over Jade Cargill. Like, give me Naomi and Lash Legend. That is a Mania match we'll see someday.
I mean, I would prefer to see Lash Legend versus Bianca Belair first, but sure.
I love Bianca.
It depends on rosters.
True. I mean, hell, I would love to see Lash actually just go against Charlotte, because I think that would be a hell of a match too. Like there's a lot of possibilities for Lash.
Yeah, there's a lot. And the rumor is we might get Bianca at Mania. So
be beautiful.
Hell yeah! I mean, they got 2 nights to fucking fill. Plus, they got 2 nights of SummerSlam. So who knows? Some of those matches we may want WrestleMania. They might just all of a sudden be like, we're going to prolong this to SummerSlam because we got 2 nights again. So
this kind of came out though. They were talking about the Rumble for next year, and they did say it's going to be stateside, and they also did say it's not going 2 nights. So if that holds true, depending where they go, because how long until it does go 2 nights if they don't do it this next one? Dude, I might pull the trigger, and you might see me at the Rumble in January, because that's the bucket list. I want to go to War Games, but like I have to go to a Rumble at some point. I have to. I've wanted to since I was like 5, 6, whatever the first one was. What was that? 80? What was it? 8 JR.
Oh shit, I don't remember. It was 80, 86 or 7. Yeah.
86. Yeah. So like,
I wasn't even born.
I have to be at one someday, and I don't want to go when it's 2 nights. 88. Mike says 88. So like, that's the show. That's the show I'm chasing. So again, if it's stateside and it's 1 night, old Ace here might pull the trigger and buy himself a late Christmas present next year to the Royal Rumble.
Boys, I gotta pull the trigger. I gotta catch the last 10.
Sounds good. Thank you for coming on with us, Mr. Champion.
Love it, Nela. We love having you on here, brother.
I apologize
Later,
that we probably didn't stick to a plan or anything, but
This was the plan.
It's okay.
This was the plan. This
is why we do it, because
we were going to talk Super Bowl, and then we were just going to talk wrestling. So this was perfect, brother. Love you.
guys, appreciate y'all. See y'all soon.
And all of you, thanks for watching.
Yeah. You guys got anything coming up?
No, not until the 27th.
27th, we'll both be in Bismarck. I don't know. I might have something on the 28th, but it's gonna be real tough because I reached out. Mike Marvell, Booker extraordinaire, sent out some avails for me, and I'm like, might be able to do the 28th depending on what time it is. But it's also in Alma Center, Wisconsin, which is 2.5 hours away from me. So it's like, oh, so if I'm going to drive 6.5 hours back to go 2.5 hours that way, it's like, and it's supposed to be a clean, like family show. I'm like, ooh,
that's you. Tell your Bible stories.
Yes, I'll tell my Christian colleges stories. Like, hey, you guys want to hear about this?
And then after they're going to be like, hey, do you want to come to do a prayer circle with us? And you're like, got fucking beer in your hand or a whiskey. Like,
okay,
I gotta go.
Yes.
All right.
Love you, Jesus.
Everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.